Good morning, evening, afternoon, traders. Welcome to this video. Just had jobs data for the UK. Saw the unemployment rate coming at 3.8, lower than expected. You've seen, therefore, a push up in the value of the pound. Particularly, what we're looking at now is the pound against the Swiss franc, because there's a lot of investors, traders who are actively trading it. And you can see it's got relatively large movement, especially just in the last hour or so. Okay, you've seen a really big push up since news, way off these lower key moving averages. Now, don't forget you can join my trading room underneath. The link is there too. We cover all strategies that we use to day trade for income. So, pound Swiss. Well, we know the Swiss franc is looking tentatively at changing their central bank policy direction. The pound, we had a few comments from Governor Bailey at the Bank of England. But the reason, in essence, why you've just seen this rise is because if you've got a lower unemployment rate, people are obviously in jobs more. Okay, and what that does is it sort of lessens the case for lowering of rates as soon for the Bank of England. Now, what I like to do in these situations is I like to look for early price rejection on lower time frames, and I like to do it within a big smash into key resistance on higher time frames. Now, if you look to the left, you can see that's exactly where we're at now. We're at a level of very, very key resistance. Okay, there's a big wall, if you like, in the way of price. Now, it doesn't mean to say that you can't go through it, especially with this harsh market sentiment, i.e., the massive strength you've just seen go into your pound. But that's why I use early entry confirmation. Okay, and that basically means what I'm doing is I'm going to drop my time frames lower and I'm going to wait for signs that the market may be starting to tip. Now, it's not the case every time that when it does start to tip, it then just falls, but it gives you a little bit of help and a little bit of a hint as to what's going to happen. Now, you can see, like I said, across this eclipse symbol I've used, there's tons of resistance. In other words, there's tons of orders going in and out of the market, lots of rejection. Now, if you look at your pound Swiss now, you can see that early rejection forming, and that is happening because we're hitting into those higher time frame levels. Really key lesson there. Okay, you can just about see it on your monthly. When you're looking at high time frame levels of resistance, okay, you'll often find you start to bounce around at the very least on your lower time frames, unless of course the sentiment is so strong that you just bash through it. Okay, so you can see it on the monthly there, particularly this candle wick there, okay, particularly this area. You may find you get slightly further inner to that candle wick there, slightly higher up. But like I said, you can use it as an early indication to start to scale in short on these rash moves. So I wouldn't be surprised if you do see some further rejection, either now or slightly higher up. In that case, you could take a light short and then lightly short higher up further. Wouldn't be terribly shocked if you come back to a level like this. So very, very early on, because you've got very bullish price action, especially with that latest news. Okay, and the Swiss franc has gained value over all currencies, more or less, in major economies for a serious period of time. You can also see, in line with that eclipse, is various levels of support to the left-hand side. Okay, so my bias is short, continuing to scale in short for the longer-term down move, at least for now. I should think you'll need a big rhetoric in from the Swiss bank to change that. Just remember as well, if you're going to short this, it needs to be very, 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 very light because you're off the back of this enormous down move. Okay, so any shorts, make them terribly light, and you could have a case for buying dips on a pullback. You could then have a very light long to continue the trend to the upside, either there or perhaps down here or something like that to scale in long. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope that helps as always. Don't forget you can join my live trading room. We do 2 or 3 hours a day for the New York session. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.